Hey guys, Justin here, hashtag PoolGuys, American Pool and Spa. We're here on a great project of BIODESIGN, and I'm standing here with Sam Green. And what we're going to discuss, how do we build BIODESIGN pools throughout the winter? So Sam, I appreciate you being here on this project, man. It's been great working with you and your team so far.
Thanks, Justin.
I want you to be able to describe and tell me, man, how these pools, for one, how can we build throughout the winter and keep jobs going throughout the year to get people swimming?
Sure, thank you. So one thing to realize about BIODESIGN pools are made of a proprietary resin that we invented mixed with quartz sand and marble. And that resin needs to be at about 55 degrees or warmer in order for it to cure properly. And obviously in most places around the country we don't have full years of that kind of weather, so in order to keep moving we can still do the basic bones of the project as far as design, the digging of the pool, the shaping of the pool, and then getting the first couple of structural layers down, getting the plumbing done, and that allows us to continue to move on forward in some of the ancillary projects that may be going on your property as well. Say patio, we can go ahead and do those things. We can go ahead and do pool houses, landscaping, and things like that. And then that allows us to get the pool in a position like this one is, where it's protected for the winter, it's ready to ride throughout the cold weather, and then really we only have about 4 or 5 more days to finish this project in the spring when it warms back up. But you don't have to wait for all of the other projects that need to be done around your property like you would with most other pools, where you can't really do those things because there's so much machinery and things like that that need to be done, preventing you from doing patio and landscaping, fencing, and things like that. So we've got this project to the first 3 layers finished at this point. We've only got about 2 more layers to put down on this. They are the BIODESIGN resin and sand mixture. And we're going to come back in the springtime and do that just as soon as the weather is warm enough to do so.
Yeah, so on this project we got at a standstill, and that's what Sam was trying to describe. And so we got so far, and what happened, the weather has turned. So with the resin they're talking about, they're patenting the mix, we're not able, because of, especially at night, it's getting too cold. Right. And during the day it could still try to cure, but then you're kind of working a little bit, a day off, working a little bit, doesn't make sense. So like he was saying, it's a lot smarter for construction, for the job, where we can get to certain phases, get to a point, let it rest for next spring, and we can be able to continue other things. Can you talk about the layers and those different things as far as, digging, to what part can we get to, and what is the last phase that would only be left?
Absolutely. So with BIODESIGN is made with no rebar, no concrete. It is literally just whatever shape you want, any kind of shape that you desire, as far as benches, steps, beach entry, true beach entries. We build that by shaping the dirt. We actually dig the hole in the shape of the pool. We don't have to have things like a massive over dig for plumbing and construction space. So we've dug this hole exactly the shape of the pool. Then we're going to put down a spun resin. This is actually the BIODESIGN resin, our proprietary resin, spun into fabric. It's kind of akin to Kevlar. It's very strong stuff. We put that down to protect our waterproof membrane from the ground itself, from any kind of penetration from the ground itself. On top of that, once we've got that down and welded together with heat, we've got a Firestone EPDM waterproof membrane. This is 80 mil thick. This is not a vinyl liner. This never has to be replaced. This has a 3,500 year half-life, meaning that this will take 7,000 years to biodegrade, and it will not even begin for 3,500 years. Something tells me that neither one of us are going to care about that when it happens.
Wow.
But that is what's actually holding the water here. Then we've got another couple of layers that go down as a structural layer. This material here that you can kind of see rolled up, that is a lateral strength material akin to rebar that gives this material its lateral strength. compressive strength on BIODESIGN is actually stronger than concrete. So we're 3,750 PSI of compressive strength at only 2 inches thick, where concrete with rebar is around 4,000 PSI.
Or some could possibly be to 6,000, but you're right, you guys are reaching over that threshold of, you know, 7,500 or so.
Exactly.